and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Friday, they'll head back home to host the Washington Wizards.
And that game against Brooklyn, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. In the backcourt, it's Ball and Knueppel. At the forward spots, it's Miller and Bridges. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 spot. And for the Raptors, the post pairing, Barnes playing alongside Pirtle. The guard spots filled by Quickly and Barrett. And it's Ingram in at the 3 spot. You know, Tim, we see a lot of talented wings in this NBA. Where does R.J. Barrett separate himself?
Well, he's very difficult when he puts it on the deck, Kevin. He's got some moves, and he's got an array of finishes, both the layup package or he can pound it on your head.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft, his three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing. Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
The shot's good from Quickly.
Well, it's early, but I love their offensive game plan to this point.
Bridges finds Plumlee. Charlotte moving the ball around. And here's Miller outside. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And a player you have to track to those corners. Miller will knock those down all night.
Pass to Barnes. Back to Quickly. Offline with his 3.
Well, they missed one after 4 straight makes. Still a good start to the game.
Here's Ball. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Quickly looking it over. Barnes outside. Sinks the three-pointer. Barnes has got 5 now. GA, I've heard coaches talk about slicing the NBA schedule into 10-game increments. Is that something that you recall when you played?
Well, keeping focused on portions of a long season can keep players focused, especially during road trips. Big goals are reached through small steps.
And the dunk by Pirtle.
And no hesitation that time by Pirtle. Never shy about scoring.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game. plan. And some changes here for the Hornets. James comes in for Miller, and it's Colin Sexton in for Knipple. Ball, the pass to Bridges. Over Barnes. Bridges shot. Good.
The jumper Bridges has is wet, demonstrating how lethal he is from his spots on the court.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Some teams live and die by the three. Let's check out the best. The Hornets, number one.
The threat of deep shooting makes everything easier offensively. They've been incredibly accurate from long range.
Hornets trail by 3. Here's Ball. Again, the Hornets score.
Oh, sweet pull-up game from LaMelo. The young man has so much confidence in his ability.
Barnes outside. Pass to Dick. Hurdle with a screen on Sexton. Dick wide open, and the Raptors miss again. The Hornets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. To the middle. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's Ball. And Pirtle pulls it down. From downtown. Can't hit that one. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Ball from long range, and he drains the 3, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was...
The previous play is under review.
The play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
The ruling on the floor is overturned.
And the call is going to be overturned. The second look shows that he did, in fact, beat the clock.
Yeah, they're glad they're going to get those points. It wasn't too long ago that they wouldn't even have looked at it on the monitor. But replay's here, and it's here to stay for situations just like that one.
It's all tied in Toronto. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
In that first period, they showed a willingness to make the extra pass.
It's reflected in their assist totals. This is a great start offensively.
They've got Grady Dick, and it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic wants his team to be very competitive on the defensive end. He said, quote, covering for each other, protecting the paint, taking away corner threes, and making a team effort. Everybody's got to chip in. Back to you.
All for one. Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks.
Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the second overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Miles Bridges, he's checked in for the Hornets. Knickel comes in for James. Ingram with it, and it's Miller picking him up.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
When every possession matters, your defense has to be better.
Here's Sexton, and it's Ingram with the rebound. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Down low, uses the glass to finish the layup. Ingram's got his first bucket in this one.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
A timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Raptors. And let's go down to a list of players you can't leave open under any circumstances. This season's most accurate small forwards from the field. Brandon Miller is number 1. Second, Brandon Ingram.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
Not a lot of wasted motions here. These guys, for the most part, get their points within the flow of the game.
Here's Simpson. Off the left rim and out. Barrett against Ball for 3. Ingram, good on the three-point shot. Ingram's got 7 now in this quarter. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, looking at the Eastern Conference this season, as much uncertainty as I can remember with regard to the pecking order. With injuries shifting to balance of power, things very much up in the air. And there's some up-and-coming teams seeming to sense an opportunity to make their move.
Certainly something to watch. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Murray Boyles with the bucket.
Yeah, he's found some room there along the baseline. Some space at the rim, goes right up and puts it in without resistance.
Here's Ball. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. Ball's got 12.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Here's Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Ball, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Here's Murray Boyle. Off target with his 3.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
3-second difference between shot clock and game. Again, ball missing. Toronto leading by 6. And he goes in for the dunk.
All the way to the rim quickly, really aggressive that time. Really good to see him with that kind of mentality.
A shot by Diabate, no good. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. The Raptors out in front as they end the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Let's first take a gander at the rest of the NBA schedule for the night and what's in store. The Bucks will face off against the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. 7 p.m. Eastern Time for tip-off.
Close matchup. Should be a good battle.
And now, time to talk about this game. What a solid start for the Raptors.
It's all been gravy, baby, and you know I know all the flavors of gravy. Movement, finding good looks, and shooting the ball at a high clip.
Yeah, beautiful execution at the offensive end. They're in firm control of this game from that standpoint, guys.
How many kinds of gravy are there?
There's barbecue, there's pineapple, there's
gravy.
Orange.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. Nice game, great performance so far by LaMelo Ball.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Checking out the group for Charles Lee to start the second half. Knipple and Miller are your wingmen. Plumlee is at center and Bridges next to him. And it's Ball in at the point. Stolen by Knipple. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Barrett against Ball. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
LaMelo using that body control there, making a play off contact.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. LaMelo Ball is a playmaker, first and foremost. He said, I just start off the game trying to get my team involved, get the flow going. After the team's going, I try to get mine. If you get the team involved first, more pieces going, it just makes the game easier. Kevin, back to you.
A great passer. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report. And Toronto has possession, following the score by Charlotte.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Plumlee, no luck. Raptors leading by 5. Pass to Ingram, to the paint. Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
And Ball is a proven distributor. He's got a real talent for spotting the cracks in the D.
Well, that's a tough rebound there to secure, but he put all of his size in there in order to secure it.
It's good. Now it's just a 3-point Toronto lead.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And the Raptors making a change here. Dick's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Colin Sexton, he's checked in for Knippel. Toronto, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game. .146 left in the third quarter. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, well, this is where Pirtle operates, right there. Close to the rim. He's extremely comfortable and very efficient.
GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
Yeah, his contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
Now, here's Bridges. And right now, he's averaging about 7 points a game. He's feeling it. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Ball's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, boy, is he dialed in. Perfect from the field this period.
Plumlee with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. And Sexton slams it in.
And it's clear that Sexton loves getting out in transition. He has a strong sense for how to capitalize.
Now, here's Quickly. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Here's Sexton. They lead by 1. Extra Miller gets it to him. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. And 12 points from Brandon Miller.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Quickly with a wide open look. And again, no good by Toronto.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Clock management is everything right here. Time and score are paramount.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very good shooter, but from that distance, his percentages go down.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Hornets ahead as they end the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Raptors trail by 3. We've got Brandon Ingram, and it's Shed in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
Knippel, no good. Here's Shed. Inside, Hamu Kelishvili.
Can't afford these defensive breakdowns, especially down the stretch.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've seen that far too often in this game. Very uninspired defensively.
Bridges inside the three-point line. Kicks it out to James. Shoots over Ingram. Tips it up. Bridges outside. Launches a 3. Hits the three-point foul. Bridges has got the lead up to 4 now for the Hornets.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
See both teams changing it up here. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Darko Rajakovic said to the team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
All right, Allie, thank you for that.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Oh, and wide open, nails the jam.
Boy, it's a joy to watch Ingram as he's developed. One of the hardest working players in the game.
That one drops.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
Ingram.
Oh, man! And well, usually Ingram is an understated player, relies more on being smooth, but not that time. He finished with some flair.
And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Team. inside. Here's Ingram. Hurdle inside. He's guarded by Plumlee. Hands off.
And this is a critical possession, not one they can afford to come up empty on.
And it's good.
And won't find many more games as entertaining as this one.
This is what the fans came to see. A lot of great plays going back and forth.
This is good.
Well, they really needed that one right there, and Ingram came through in a big moment.
Hornets leading by 4. Ball fired. Rebounded by Ingram. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Ball. And good. From way outside, it's in.
Never short on confidence. Ball takes a long look without hesitation.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where everything is going to have to go your way. Well, that was a big spot, and Pirtle was not afraid of the moment.
LaMelo. Barnes hits down the rebound. The Raptors have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Now, Pirtle. Oh, no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
And, boy, when you see someone hurting like this, it's always scary.
And he's going to have to get checked out with that great medical staff that all teams in this league have.
Here's Ball. There's 38 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Takes the 3. No good.
Oh, he is off from deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
It's off. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try to extend the game.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
No time to waste on this possession.
They're going to have to act quickly right here.
A three-pointer. Good.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
I am really curious to see what he's got in store here.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to a catch and shoot here on the inbound. Maybe one quick pass and then get it up.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
Let's now hear from Allie LaForce, who is courtside with our terrific Allie. Thanks. And that'll do it, folks.